let's dive into NXT from September the 2nd, 2025. An okay show. It could have been better. I wish that they would stop pushing Josh Briggs so much. I have no idea what's Shawn Michaels' deal when it comes to Josh Briggs. I mean, he did some okay stuff on this show, but I don't get it. I really don't. I don't. I think whenever this push is over with, it's time for him to just go to Evolve and move on from the Josh Briggs experiment. He doesn't have it. He doesn't. So we kicked the show off with the first match of the night. Lash Legend defeats Jada Parker. Match was okay. So Lash ended up hitting the Lash extension on the outside, and then she threw Jada back into the ring and did another one for the 1, 2, 3. Post-match, Jada Parker then attacked Lash Legend, and she did the hypnotic through the barricade, which was awesome. So that indicates to me that this feud still is going on, which is great. It still continues, and I like this. I'm just trying to think, are they going to do this at Homecoming, or are they going to do it at No Mercy? I think they should do the second match at Homecoming and then do the rubber match, the blow-off match at No Mercy. But that's just me thinking out loud. Moving on. So Mariah May is backstage. She interrupts Ariana Grace's latest flirting session with Stax. Ariana is a big fan of Mariah May. Mariah appreciates Ariana's taste in glamour and makeup. After Heat Wave, Mariah thought that she was done with Jordynne Grace, but it doesn't seem to be the case, as she cost her the match with Kalani Jordan last week. Ariana doesn't love Jordynne Grace, so Jordynne Grace shows up. They get into a shoving match. Kelly Armstrong, who's there, she gets upset because this is the second time that Jordynne Grace has got involved in her business. This place doesn't revolve around Jordynne Grace. Jordan may have problems with Mariah May, but now she has problems with Kylie Armstrong. Okay, good stuff there. Good stuff. I like that. Interesting. Moving on. So, Jevon Evans, he shows up, and he basically apologizes for losing at Heat Wave. He thought that he had it in the bag and everything. He's just feeling down on himself and everything. And the crowd said that they supported him and that they loved him, which was cool. So then Josh Briggs shows up because he's using the Undertaker's theme, which was great. That popped me a little bit, and that popped the crowd, which was great. So Josh Briggs just says that Jevon shouldn't be complaining. You should have went and asked for a rematch. He's already main eventing PLEs, and he's received multiple title matches, title match after title match. So, Josh Briggs just continues to egg on at Jevon Evans and everything else, and calls him soft and all that jazz. So basically, Josh Briggs then attacks Jevon Evans. He hits a big boot, and then he follows that up with a chokeslam through the chair, which was fucking awesome. That was a pretty cool little spot there. So cool. So that's interesting. I do like this. This is okay. I wish that Jevon Evans was not in this predicament, but there's nothing more that we can do. We have to wait and see how things play out. But Josh Briggs getting this push is not good. It's really not good at all. You know? I don't see what Shawn Michaels sees in Josh Briggs. I don't. Josh Briggs has been in WWE I think since either 2019 or 2020. I think he came in right before Evolve closed up. So he's been there for a good 5 or 6 years. Moving on, we get a Xia Brookside vignette. Okay, that's cool. For the Speed, Women's Speed Championship tournament. Okay, interesting. Hank&Tank, they're up next. They know that there's tension brewing between Femi and Ricky Saints with the NXT No Mercy on the horizon. But tonight is a moment for all of them. Hank&Tank feel like they get a tag team title rematch if they win tonight's main event. Hank&Tank take turns running down Femi and Ricky's resumes. Hank&Tank tells Oba and Ricky that they'll see them in the ring, but they want to hit catering one more time. Ricky tells Oba that he better be locked in tonight. Oba tells Ricky to worry about himself. Okay, cool. Interesting. Moving on. So, Candice LeRae defeats Xia Brookside. She advances in the Speed tournament, which is fine. Interesting stuff. I do like the Speed concept. Although instead of 3 minutes, I wish it could be 5 minutes, but it's fine. Not bad, though. Not bad. Match was okay. Candice wins via the springboard moonsault. Interesting. I wonder who's going to win the whole thing. I have no idea yet. I don't know. Moving on. So, Josh Briggs is backstage bullying Chase U. He says that he can do whatever he wants. Andre Chase tells Briggs to settle down. Josh Briggs points out that Chase U gets great advice, but just like Jevon Evans, the Undertaker has credentials. What has Andre Chase ever done? And then Kale Dixon tells Briggs that Mr. Chase is going to teach him a lesson about respect tonight. And then Uriah Connor says that they'll go talk to Ava and make the match official. Okay, who cares? Moving on. So, next week on NXT, Fat Influence is, they're going to be battling in a triple threat match, The Calling, which is Easy Dame and Tatum Paxley and Sol Ruka and Zarya. So, the winners of that match are going to get a shot at the, they're going to get a future Women's Tag Team Championship match. Okay. Interesting stuff there. Moving on, we get a Darkstate vignette. Who cares? They are unimportant. I don't give a fuck about Darkstate. Moving on. Trick Williams comes out, said that he's the best NXT champion NXT has ever had. He continues to put himself over, and he wants to see if there's anybody that can, take him down a peg. So then DIY, they show up. They talk about black and gold and yada, yada, yada. They put themselves over. And then Trick basically is beat up by DIY. They hit meet in the middle. So that's fine, I guess. Where is this going? I have no idea. Who's going to be his tag team partner? I have no idea. It very well could be Carmelo Hayes, but nobody knows just yet. Who knows? Moving on. So Ava tells Jevon Evans that he can get a match with Josh Briggs next week as long as he doesn't interfere in Briggs' match against Andre Chase. And then Ava has Jevon escorted out the building. All right. Moving on. We get a Callie Armstrong vignette, which is pretty nice. Okay. Moving on from that. Tavion Heights and Ethan Page, they're going to have a flag match next week. So that's fine. Interesting. Cool. That should be fun. Moving on, Jordynne Grace defeats Callie Armstrong. Callie Armstrong looked okay here, but Jordynne Grace got the upper hand. She wins via the Juggernaut Driver. Post-match, Mariah May shows up. They have a little fight scene, and Mariah's bleeding from the mouth. Cool. Moving on, we get a Lola Vice vignette just talking about her Cuban Latina heritage and everything else, and how she wants to make her mom proud. And then next week we're gonna get one as to why her dad got her into MMA and how he's so hard on her and everything else, and how she's trying to be a perfectionist for him, basically. So that's interesting. So I do like that. I do feel that Lola Vice is going to probably win the championship at No Mercy. So I do feel like Jacy Jayne's time as NXT Women's Champion is going to come to an end. And it makes sense. I'm a fan of Jacy Jayne. I have been for the past 4 years. And she's good. She's good. But I feel like after she's done losing the title, they'll probably have her end Fatal Influence. And then after that, she'll be going to the main roster. Moving on. So, Josh Briggs defeats Andre Chase. And then post-match, he choke slams one of the guys to the announce table. Chase, you guys. I think it was Connors. Yeah, I'm correct. It was Connors. Okay, that's fine. Moving on. Trick Williams, he tells a backstage reporter that he'll talk to DIY next week. So, he's going to see them next week. Okay. Main event of the evening. Oba Femi and Ricky Saints and Hank&Tank, they defeat Darkstate with the help of Joe Hendry. So, they do the whole can they coexist thing. Obviously, it doesn't happen. Clearly, things break down between Oba Femi and Ricky Saints. They have a brawl and everything else. They go backstage. Darkstate get the upper hand. And one of the guys is about to take out Hank or Tank or whoever the fuck it was. It doesn't matter. So, one of the guys says Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry shows up, and he helps Hank and Tank defeat Darkstate. And that was the show. That's fine there. And then after that, what happened was Oba Femi and Ricky Saints, they had a brawl that continued in the backstage area, and that was it. So, this is fine. It makes sense. I wonder if Darkstate is going to lose the tag titles at No Mercy. They might. I don't know, because really and truthfully, there's no tag team division in NXT at all. There's none. There's really no legit teams. And Hank&Tank, they're okay. They're growing on me a little bit, but I really don't give a damn about them, if we're being honest. But this week's episode of NXT was okay. It could have been better. I wish that Shawn Michaels would stop pushing Josh Briggs. He's okay in certain spots, but whatever they're doing with him with this push, after he gets this push, please move him to Evolve. It's time to move on from Josh Briggs. It really is. I feel like NXT's problem is they don't have any main event guys for the men. They don't. I don't know what they could do. DIY showing up makes sense. TKO doesn't want to have those guys sitting catering and all, which is fine. I don't know. I think what they should do is guys and girls on the main roster that Triple H does not have plans for need to be sent down to NXT for a good 6 months to a year until you can figure out something for them to do. That's just what I would do. If I had control of booking, that's really what I would do. And there are a lot of people on that roster, on the main roster, that really aren't doing a motherfucking thing. So, it is what it is. But NXT this week was okay. It could have been better. They're still building towards the to the homecoming show in 2 weeks, which is going to be great. That's going to go head-to-head with AEW. I'm pretty sure AEW is probably going to do some type of Title Tuesday type of thing like they always do whenever they compete against NXT on Tuesday. So, there's that. But all in all, NXT was all right. But what did you guys think? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.